So we are in the core component in this particular session. Let us start in detail about workflow in this session. So this is the workflow that I have designed based out of my research from the Postman site and about Postbot as well. So Postbot is an integral component of the Postman. So I did research on Postbot, how it is being developed, and grabbed the required information to understand at a glance about Postbot, how it is being developed, and what is the workflow it is involved, and followed by the architecture that I am going to explain. Okay, so in this particular session, the focused on the workflow, so that it is useful. So whenever I am exploring any of the technical content or technical component or technical tool, first I will understand how it is the workflow it is made, how internally it is happened, so that we can best take output of this particular system and we can deliver the results. That is the principle that I have been following, and similar kind of thing I'm going to I have implemented for this particular Postbot assistant as well. And this kind of access is going to continue for other GenAI assistant as well, okay, which I have published brief stories earlier in my blog, and extensively I'm going to release feature editions as well. Okay, so now coming to the Postbot side, here we have a workflow. Okay, in this one we have a the Postman that we have over here. Okay, and the Postbot is reside on this particular Postman platform. Okay, and it accepts two things. One is context aware window, second one is the user input. What do you mean by context aware? Whatever the window that is being currently open, that will be the learned by this Postbot assistant. Okay, so this is the common in every GenAI assistant, because that is the window you have opened and you want assistant to understand and create the output based on the given input. If you are not giving this particular context, then this assistant will not generate the appropriate results. That is one thing. And second thing, the user input. Always assistants, GenAI assistants need a relevant input so that you can get the right results. If you are providing the right input, you will get the right output. If you are not providing the right input, then you will obviously get the wrong output only. So whenever we are working with any of the GenAI assistants, we have to ensure how we are giving the input. Okay, so that we have to ensure. There are certain guidelines that I am going to publish as well, but now let us focus on the Postbot. Okay, how it is being developed, and what is the workflow it is being being implemented. Okay, so here the Postbot needs two things. One is context aware window, where the requests are being opened. Either it is a workspace. Under workspace you have a collection, and at a collection level you can give that interface to the Postbot, or you have to open the request and make Postbot to generate the test or something related to that one. If you are not opening the request and you are at somewhere, it will not generate the output. Okay, so that's what we call it as the context aware and user input, and it will take that into the user intent classifier. So this is the model where decides where to what to and how to. These are the things will be based on this particular user intent classifier. Okay, so what are the skills that Postbot supports? Okay, first one is a script generation, document generation, and the response visualization. Postman support. What are the additional support that users need? These are the four key components, key skills that Postbot supports. Based on the information given by the user and the context that is the Postbot is open, that will be learned by the user intent classifier. that will be mapped to the, these are the skills. Okay, and further these skills are converted to the respective actions. Okay, so in these actions, okay, if it is a test script, the action, the input is came for this one and it will generate the test scripts. Or else if it is a document related, it will go to this particular action and it will execute that one. And then suppose if it is a response, update visualization will be updated. And if there is the instruction that is related to the Postman support which need, and it will give the relevant input back to the response to user. So this is the high level, not a high level, I would say this is the workflow that Postbot follows. One is it takes the input and it learns the context aware window and that particular internal model. Okay, that model take that all that information and then that will be mapped to the particular skill, and then the skill will generate respective action to back to the Postman that will be published on the app. Okay, here what it does, user intent classifier. It is a neural the text classification model, one of the model in the neural networks, and they have leveraged that particular the deterministic neural text classification model. Okay, I think if you know the basics of the AI, you will see the AI is the landscape under which you have a machine learning, and above that one you have a the deep learning, and above that you have a neural network. Within the deep learning you will have a multiple neural networks. Above that one you have a general GenAI, which is the specific classification of the AI model. So that's where we are talking about all the models which takes the input and generates the content. Okay, so where it is being this particular the Postbot is developed. Okay, the model and data sets are built and maintained on the Hugging Face platform. So when I was doing the research on Postman and Postbot, I came to know about Hugging Face platform. So currently I am doing explore on this particular platform. So it is good to understand how the new models being developed and what exactly it is needing the data sets. We are talking about the data sets, etc., etc., in all the the blogs and webinars, but what exactly it is happening, I just feel a sense when I went through this particular platform. Definitely I'm going to publish a few videos on this one so that it will be useful when we are working on GenAI assistants. Okay, and above that one, test with the base language models from Microsoft, Hugging Face and Meta AI. It's not about one particular model, so it has relevant internal models that has to be trained and tested. Then only it has to be the published and ensure that one it is rightly generating the context that we have built for this particular assistant. So here this is the classifier that takes entire show the back to the relevant the skills, and then generates the action, trigger the required actions. Now, when coming to this one, how the skills are being treated, how the skills are being handled in the workflow. Okay, so here what they implemented is, okay, they have these are the four skills that Postbot has to support, but internally how it has. Okay, so they implemented the workflows for each skill because it involves a lot. Okay, for us as a end users, it's as simple as that one. Okay, we are just giving the input and getting the output and our job is done. But how there is a lot of things happened happen behind this particular stint, and how that is happened. So one is they have implemented each the skill as a workflow and integrated with GenAI model to generate the content. Here GenAI, so this GenAI might be your Hugging Face or Microsoft or some other Meta AI, whatever, or combination, those things. And then each flow consists of a prompt, that is the input. Okay, relevant data. What is the data needed for that one? Okay, for this one Postman data is required. Okay, domain specific data, if anything is there, I'm talking about the Postman, so I need a Postman related data. Suppose if I'm going to generate a script on so and so language, I need the data related to generate this particular language. Okay, and runs the LLM chains. That means it has to understand this particular intent and fed to the particular GenAI with the help of the large language models, and then process it further the actions. Okay, in the actions model you have generates the content using the GenAI and integrates into the Postman app. Okay, it is generated. Okay, you are given the input, it is generated about, but how it is being fed to the Postman app, that has to be presented on the presented on the Postman UI layer, so that end user can view it. So that is that process being being taken by the the app actions model. Okay, app actions are internal Postbot protocol that instruct the Postman app to reflect updates on the UI through the scripts or as the because each action follows the certain protocols. Those protocols being converted into a relevant output, and subsequently it has to present it on the presentation layer of the Postman app. Okay, so this is the typical workflow that Postbot implements with the designed skills that they are offering here. Okay, so script generation, document generation, and visualization, and Postman support. Okay, but how that is being happen, and what are the things, as what are the tools that implemented this particular platform in the workflow, that I'm going to cover in the next session. Okay, I hope I have given an overview on the Postbot the workflow, and how it is being implemented, the workflow, and how the required the skills that they have planned and implemented in the this particular GenAI assistant. So always my this is my take. Any assistant or any technology, it is good to know how it is being developed, so that we can generate or we can leverage in a different ways this particular assistant, so that it will be definitely useful in any of the technical challenges. It's not basic, but there are certain situations where we'll encounter blockers. So to deal these blockers, if you know the background of this particular resistant, definitely we should be in a position to resolve any of the technical challenges. Okay, that's the reason I brought the workflow of the assistant, so that we'll get and it's good that one Postman published kind of a story on this one. So based on my research, and I came up with this short workflow, so that it is useful to the audience. Okay, so that's all I have on the workflow, and I'll catch you in the next session. Thank you.